Hey scrapbookers and crafters, it's Michelle at michellesizemore.com. That has one L in my website link in my first name, so you can find me. I'm a Creative Memories Advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this quick and easy border using the new 2025 Relax into Summer collection. This is one of my favorite collections. It's so fun and bright and cheerful, and it can be used for so many things. I went to a trip with Creative Memories to Cancun. It was an incentive trip I just got back from recently. I think this would be perfect for that. For anything tropical, Hawaii, the beach, just summer in general. It's just a great and fun collection. All right, I'm going to set this aside so we can get started. This is everything I used to make this project in a simple power, it's called a power simple sleeve. Just my temporary holding place where it can easily get in and out of. I didn't use this paper in the border, but I'm going to show you how to mount it on this paper. I used this really pretty blue, it's 2 shades of blue waves, and this paper is so fun. This multicolored stripe and this red and pink check. And then I used some stickers from here. I'll show you the ones I used as I go, and these are partially used, so it's kind of a mess. This is a laser cut border that comes with the collection. It's 2-sided, and I used this side right here. I used a piece of black cardstock and some white cardstock, and I'm going to show you how to add a little dimension with some foam squares. Okay, so first thing we need to do is let's cut this piece of white cardstock to 1.5 inches wide with the trimmer. And I'm going to make sure I have a straight edge on here because this is a scrap piece of paper, and just throw that away. And now I'll measure it to 1.5 inches wide on my, trying to find my multi-purpose tool. I don't see it. Okay, 1.5 inches. So that's where it is on my ruler. So I'm going to line it up there. Make sure it's straight all the way down. Hold it in place and close, and just I press down as I go up, because these blades, you don't see the blade unless it's in here and you engage it by pressing it down, and that's when the blade works. So you do have to press it down as you go. So that doesn't look quite wide enough, but it is. It's perfect. Okay, so here we go, and then I'm going to mount my laser cut border on top here. And let's get this matte because you can see a little better when it's on a color. I'm going to add some repositionable tape runner just in little dabs all the way down. You don't need a lot for this. And then mount this on top where the white shows at the top and the bottom about the same amount. This makes me think of when I was in Cancun, and last year I was in Puerto Vallarta. Like, it just kind of makes me think of the flags that hang down, all those multicolored flags, or like some tiles that are in Mexico. I just think it's fun. I like it. Okay, the next thing is to get this red and pink check behind here. And I'm just going to cut 2 skinny strips of that are about 3/4 of an inch each, so I don't have to like measure and get it exact before I mount it. And it also helps save a little paper. Okay, so got my 2 skinny strips of that, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my 2 skinny strips of this while I'm at it, about the same. That was probably too much. It's fine. A lot of it's going to be tucked behind. Okay, so there we go. I've got all my cuts with the trimmer done now. And, well, let's keep this. I'm going to now mount the red and pink check. And I'm just going to put a few dabs of repositionable tape runner down one vertical side on the very edge. And then I'm going to place this on here. I like the rulers just to help me keep things straight. And you can see I cut this crooked, but it's okay because it doesn't matter what's going to be underneath here. I think that piece of paper was already cut crooked. And I'm going to let about that much show. And then just rub it really good to make it stick. And then do the same thing on the bottom. A few dabs of tape runner, repositionable, and line this up. As you can tell, one edge of this was cut with a decorative blade, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be tucked up under. I just want the straight edge on the outside. About that much. A little bit more. Yeah, I like that. Now, y'all, I just realized this was scrap paper, so it's not quite long enough. I'm going to start over. I'm going to get it even on this side. Okay, so they're both even there, but I need to add a little bit of red here and here. I'm just going to cut some pieces and make sure one edge of it is straight. Yeah, I need to do that to give it, it's just not quite long enough. I didn't realize that before I started, but hey, that's okay. Oops, I need to put the tape runner actually on this side because it's going to stick back here. So I just line that up. I'm actually going to go past here to match up my pattern, and then I'll cut it off. And do the same thing here. And then it'll be great. These are just those kinds of things you run into when you're scrapbooking. Trying to kind of match that pink up. There we go. So now I'll just use my scissors to straighten it up, even it out. And you could probably not even tell that I did that. So that's how you fix a mistake like that. Easy breezy. Okay, so I've got that, and now I want to add these stripe pieces. So I'm going to just do the repositionable tape runner here like I just did. Hopefully these are long enough. I didn't check before I cut them, but they are scraps, so they might be too short. There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to decide about how much of that stripe I want to show, and maybe a little more than that. It's such a fun paper. Okay. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And let the same amount show on the bottom as I did on the top. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then I do need to even this up just a little bit with my scissors. Just even it up a tad. Okay, there, that's good. That's so easy to do. Now I'm going to use the custom cutting system with the circles to cut this little circle, or there's two circles, a white one and a blue one. So let's grab the custom cutting system. Now I'm going to use my template. I made this border a while ago, so I don't remember which template I used, but I can look and see. This is my guide. I call this a template, but this is what really I call a guide, and these are the templates. So it looks like, yeah, so this white circle right here, pardon me, matches up with the green dotted line, which means I need to use the green blade. And then I've numbered these just for teaching purposes, and I use the middle size circle, which is number 2. So I've numbered these. So I'm going to use number 2 template with the green blade on the inside track. So let's get my piece of white cardstock. And my thing is open, so I'm going to put these 2 little notches inside this track right here. They have to both be in there for it to work. And cut. And then I need a slightly bigger one in the blue. And I used this blue paper. So since it's slightly bigger, I'm going to use the same template, but I'm going to show you on white. See how before I cut the green one, well, if I use the red blade, it's slightly bigger and it would be perfect to mat this. So I'm going to grab my red blade and use the same template on this blue wave paper. I'm going to get as close as I can to this other one so I don't waste. I'm going to, there's these 2 little indentions here. I'm going to squeeze those, flip it over, and put it in. Put these 2 little notches inside the track and cut just like I did the white one, but it's going to be slightly bigger and it'll be perfect to mat behind that white one. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, and you could also do that with photos. Like if you cut a photo with a smaller circle and a mat with a bigger circle, then you can mat your photos that way. Okay, so let's get this cutting system out of the way because we're done with that now. And then we're ready. We've done all of our cuts now. We're ready for the stickers. So here's my border. And I'm going to, okay, we're going to mount this on this yellow sunshine paper. If you can tell, it's got like a little sunshine pattern. So we're going to mount that at the top here. I think that's super cute. The colors go well together. Well, it's from the same collection, so they're made to go. That I've used all that up, so I'm going to grab a different one. You can buy refills for these, but I just had another one handy for the video, so I'm just going to add lots of little bits of tape runner. Repositionable. I always craft with the repositionable so I can pick it up, move it around if I make a mistake. I'm going to place this pretty close to the top and just rub it really well to make sure it sticks. And then I'm not going to mount this yet. I'm going to play around with, I'm going to center this a little bit better. And also, I see a little mistake right there where I just need to trim it. It's just tiny. You might not even be able to see it, but I just want to clean that up just a little bit. And mount this back down. Center it up a little better. Yeah, that looks good to me. Now, I'm going to add my sunshine sticker. Well, I thought I was. Yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, I remember a little trick I did on this. Okay, so I'm adding the sunshine sticker. And then I want to add some glasses on here with the glasses Border Maker cartridge. But I didn't like the face with the glasses. So what I did is I cut this little tiny circle of yellow paper and put it over the face. And I think I just freehanded that because I didn't have a circle that size. So give me a sec. I'm going to grab some more of that yellow paper. I had forgotten about that. And I'm just going to cut. Maybe I should start. I'm going to start with a circle punch. But that's going to be way too big. But it's just a start. Yeah, way too big. But I'm going to go down, and it doesn't have to be exact because you're not really going to see it that much. but I just freehanded a little circle. If you have a punch the right size, that's even better. And then put it over here. And by the time you add your glasses, you're not going to be able to tell that I freehanded that and it's not perfect. I am going to try to make it a little better though, so there's no sharp edges that are noticeable. I don't want it to look like an oval. Okay, so now I'm going to put some tape runner on the back here and put that right over the face so you don't see the face. And then I'm going to grab my Border Maker system and a piece of black cardstock. Now I don't need to punch a whole border, so you can punch a whole border of these suns, but I just need one. So I'm just going to stick this inside my cartridge holder with your little metal pieces sticking out, and then you can just use it like a punch if you just want to punch one or two. So I'm going to put my black cardstock in there and punch. And then I just cut out one little pair of glasses. Just kind of curve it to go along with the way they should look. And do it over here. Okay. And throw all that away, set this aside. This is an example of why I save all my scraps. I could have even almost done that with that little one, but not quite. Okay, so I'm going to mount these glasses on top here. So I'm just going to put a little repositionable tape runner. I'm just going to be kind of generous with it so that it can go on almost like a sticker, because the whole thing is sticky on the back. And give him some little sunglasses, which I think is cute. All right, now we're going to add the stickers. We added this. Again, all of this is from Relax into Summer. So I just kind of look at this and I kind of wanted to put this behind this plant, leafy plant behind here, but still let a lot of it show, but not stick out past the border. So there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and mount this. Oh, and let's give it a little pop with a foam square. Or a couple of foam squares. Let's do that. So I'm going to add, you take the peeling off the back. I just trimmed my fingernails really down so it's hard to, I'm going to add about 3 of these. And that just raises it and gives it a little fun dimension. And you can buy these from Creative Memories, and they have it's like a multi-pack with different sizes. Okay, so yeah, I like that. It's going to give it a little pop, makes it look like it has some dimension. And then I'm going to add these flower stickers right here, and this little sticker that says Making Memories, which is right here. Right there. Okay, and I'm done. Oh, yeah, I'm done. You could add a little bit more green over here, but I like it. I think it's just like I like. So it is on this piece of yellow paper, and I just noticed that I didn't really position it right because there's too much yellow showing over here. So again, that's why I use the repositionable tape runner. I can fix that super fast. So line it up over there. And here, and then you would just add your photos as you wish, maybe a journal box, and then you could take your album. Let me grab that. Well, I took my album apart so to do something else, but let's just take a page here. So you could just mount this onto a scrapbook page or put it in a top loading sleeve, whichever you prefer. But I've shown you on another video today how to put it in a top loading page. So I'm going to now show you how to mount it on a scrapbook page. So you would mount it on here, and then you would put your protector on. So I'm just going to Make sure I get the edges pretty well with tape runner, with lots of little dabs of tape runner there. And then just some random, maybe about 3 across, that way. And then you just line it up with your page. I don't like to cover the jeeping. I just want to get right up against the jeeping and then do it so that it's lined up at the top and the bottom. And then this page would fit in your scrapbook album with the staples, and then you would put your page protector over it. That's a fun border. I love playing with borders. I love these laser cuts because they're already cut for you. And then it's fun to add circles and foam squares and stickers and stuff. So thank y'all for watching my video. I hope you like this collection as much as I do. I love it. And of course, anytime I show you a video with a collection, like right now this collection's current, but it'll sell out at some point. But then you can still use the same idea, just use different collections. You can make it look like anything. It could be Christmas or whatever, but use the same technique. We come out with a lot of these laser cut borders. Or you could always do like a sticker border or a border maker cartridge or whatever. Thanks for watching my video and hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.